So next we get backstage Cyndi Lauper and Wendi Richter with Gene Oakland. Wendi Richter with Gene Oakland. Richter says that she only lost the women's title because Fabulous Moolah got involved. Then we also see Leilani Kai and the Fabulous Moolah, and Leilani Kai says that she's going to be back later with her hand raised in Victor. That's what she said. Her hand raised in Victor. I don't imagine Victor is particularly happy about having a hand raised up him, but that's what she said, so I just took her word for it.
Obviously, we'll never know.
No.
Were you disappointed that Wendi Richter didn't use her catchphrase, Tinky?
I was. I thought there was something there. I thought it was coming, and then she didn't say, "Girls just want to have fun." What a shame. This is up next. It's the Women's Championship match. It's a 6-minute match. We've got Fabulous Moolah in Leilani Kai's corner, Cyndi Lauper in Wendi Richter's corner. Leilani Kai is the defending champion. There's some more dubbed over music for Richter's entrance, which would have been Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. And the win comes for Wendi Richter when Leilani Kai hits a flying cross body off the top, but her, and I will put this in air quotes, momentum carries her over, and Wendi Richter gets the pin. Let's start with you, Matt.
Yeah, do you know what? That's exactly how I felt about the finish. I was like, oh. And again, I should point out that I was still in such a bad mood at this point. As soon as I saw that, come on, you can't even do a crossbody reversal properly. What is the matter with this show? So I just thought, nah, I'm done. It just wound me up to no end. It wasn't a good match, this. It just wasn't great. The finish was buggered. Yeah. I just thought, nah, I'm done. That's it. Enough.
I mean, we start off pretty hot because Fink refers to the title as the Ladies' Championship, which I enjoyed. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was called the Ladies. Turns out it isn't. He's just had a moment. So Cyndi Lauper comes down. She's very excited. And the Fink is trying to get out of the ring. But he's trying to get out of the ring by the corner where Lauper is. And he's been terrified of her because she's waving this towel around. And he's like, oh, I don't want to get too close because I don't want to get whipped in the eye with a towel. I was laughing about that. I mean, let's be honest, this isn't very good. And I wasn't expecting much. But Wendi Richter does hit like a cracking like AA type move. It's the best move in the match.
Is that what she had, like on her shoulders and then sort of, I was wondering what the hell that was.
It wasn't quite an AA, was it? Because she, instead of doing it into you might do for a Death Valley driver, she threw Leilani Kai the other way. I can't explain it better than that. That's the way I can explain it.
I know. It's an A. Hey? That's what
I'm thinking like an Alabama slam from a Death Valley driver position.
Yeah, maybe.
Be the best way I can describe it.
Either way, it looked bloody good. But it gets like a 2 count. No, I'm not even sure it gets a 2 count, to be honest. The finish, let's be honest, the finish, and like you've described it. You described it quite well, Matt. It's just really not well done. It's inexpert, as we've used. And it's not very good, this match, but the crowd are into it. You get what you want. You get Moolah and Cyndi Lauper having a little go at each other. The pop at the end is great, but it's not very good, is it? I think this is the one match where because there's been a lot of good grace given to these matches where the pops have been like, oh, but the pop like saves it. Ah, lovely. This one is just kind of where the pop is just kind of wearing off. I'm a little bit like, a bit tired now. Getting a bit tired. They try their bloody arts out, but this is 6 minutes and 14 seconds that I didn't really need, to be honest.
I thought it started messy. It recovered itself for about 2 or 3 minutes in the middle, and then they did the terrible end. And that was a shame because they did recover themselves. There was a period after about 2.5 minutes where there's some nice little moves. There's the weird AA sort of move. There's the sort of weird spinning hammerlock slam, I've called it, which I'd not really seen very much before. There's a nice little backbreaker by Leilani Kai. And then the flying cross body at the end is just, oh, come on. That's just, it's pathetic. It's not as pathetic as what happens when Fabulous Moolah faces Velvet McIntyre the following year's WrestleMania, I should point out, but it is still pathetic. And it's a great shame because they basically sorted themselves out. They basically got themselves back into it after a sloppy start. Again, though, one of the big selling points of the show, a massive selling point of the show. This was huge. The 2 MTV specials that they did in 1984 and I think early in 1985, the Brawl to End Them All and the War to Settle the Score featured a lot of the build to this quite heavily, obviously because of the Cyndi Lauper crossover, and it was a major part of the promotion for the show, and now hence you get the massive pop for Wendi Richter's victory, which of course would lead eventually to the first screw job where Wendi Richter was forced to be beaten by Fabulous Moolah, dressed up as the Spider Lady.
Another thing I will say about Cyndi Lauper and David Wolf as well, who's Cyndi Lauper's manager, they are all into this. Because I know it's a lovely platform for them, but you still you get these celebs that come in, they half-ass it, and I know this is the first. So they're like the first proper celebrities on this card at the moment. But they are well into it. And I think, like Tinky says, the bookends are bad, but in the middle, you might have a little bit of Tolstoy just to keep you going. But it's only a little short story.
Yeah, I mean, I also think that, Cyndi Lauper wouldn't have needed this platform.
No.
She was a big star. Ultimately, she was a big star at the time, but she still did put everything into it. There was no lack of energy and commitment to the role that she was playing here. So yeah, credit to her.
I was just going to ask Matt how he feels about Cyndi Lauper.
But by this point of the show, I was indifferent to anything, to be honest. But no, I mean, to be fair, I sort of echo that. She pretty much, threw herself right into it, and she just wanted to have fun. So no problem with that.
That's good as well, because I feel like Matt's very down on this show, but hearing him talk about Cyndi Lauper like that, I can see his true colours shining through. And obviously the listener will know that's the only reason I asked Matt, because I knew he'd say something nice about Cyndi Lauper and I can make that joke.
Yeah.
But do you know what she I've seen like some clips of her and like Captain Lou Albano and that, and I've heard her talk like a lot of nice things about him as well, so she obviously enjoyed it. So
she also made the song Goonies Are Good Enough for the film Goonies, which is classic, so can't go wrong. They are then backstage with Gene Oakland, who interviews them. Richter says that this is the greatest moment in her life, and Lauper says that she made sure Fabulous Moolah did not interfere again.